Now, let us import our data. To import data into SPSS, remember we're going to analyze, and the first thing for every analysis is to perform the background characteristics, the descriptive statistics for the profile. You need to give us what were the characteristics of your participants. That is in case you recruited people. If your analysis is maybe experimental in a lab work, you may not really need to do this, but still you may say I had this number of samples, they were of this sample type. Still you have to do some descriptive stat, I think, in my opinion. So in this case for us, we are going to do the descriptive statistics for the demographic information about our participants. So come here under file if you want to import. To import on SPSS, come to file, come to open, click on data, right? Click on data. Make sure we have changed our data here. We want, remember our data is Excel format. It's an Excel worksheet, so change it into Excel. So this is where you change your data type, Excel. If you don't change, when you go to your location, you will not be able to find that data. It will not be there if it is an Excel format. If it's in any other format, choose that other format accordingly. See, there is also starter, the .dta. These are starter files. In case you have data from starter, it will be a .dta starter. So there are other file formats you can always import. After that, so I'm calling it importing. I'm used to the word importing because under starter, if you're using starter for data analysis, it is always import. Then you go to Excel. But under SPSS is not like import as per se, it is more like open. So open. So, but I'm used to the word import because it makes it like you can easily understand that you want to bring data from wherever it is you want to bring it this other side. All right, so let me look for where the data is. Data is located under local disk F. Where is YouTube? Here. The data is located under static gene. That is the static gene folder, which is this one. It's located under projects. It's located under mindfulness study. The data sets SPSS. So navigate to where your data is, wherever the data set you have, and then you click on open. So when you click on open, it is going to load. The first default, it will be like read variable names from the first row of the data. This is what it means. If you come to your Excel worksheet, you see like there is this first row that has like sort of like the column title. Starter all in general, it expects that most of the data will always have like a column title, and if it is an Excel worksheet, that column title is going to be on the first row here. So you need to import this first row as the variable name, because if you don't report that as a variable name, it's going to import ABCD, this upper one. It will take this ABCD as a variable name. So let me show you an example. So if I click this off, remember these are the different worksheets you have within the Excel. As I showed you earlier, this Excel has multiple worksheets. So I need this first one for demographics. So if you don't choose this first one as read variable names from the first row of the data, if you don't choose that and you press OK, what it's going to do is that after importing the data, this is going to be the variable name, V1, V2, V3, V4, V5. It has taken that as a variable name. When I go to the variable viewer, I can see that the name is V1, V2, V3, V4. Yet, in the actual sense, we want it to be districts of residence, female, male, gender, age category. That is what we want it to be. Okay, so we have to change that. We cannot. So yeah, this one means that we have imported it badly. So we have to remove that data. We need to bring a new data set. Now with the SPSS, there is no way of clearing the data in the memory. You can either close or you import another data on top of this, but then you'll have multiple worksheets. Again, if that was starter, you'd just do clear. Let's say you had imported this data. So we have imported it using starter. And if I browse BR, you can see the data is in here. This is starter. Look at the appearance of the data. It's the same way that it is appearing under SPSS, because again, I didn't import the first row as the variable name. I didn't read that first row, so it is recording it like that. So, but if I wanted to remove this data away from starter, I would just do command clear. Command clear would remove that data set from memory. Then I would go and begin importing another data afresh. That is not the case with the SPSS. With the SPSS, if you have data in the memory already, either open a new data, something like this, open new data, or you can just strictly just go and override by just saying data, and then again you open afresh. So when you click that, change this to Excel. This is where my data is located, SPSS. I click on open. I want this demographics, okay? Then I press OK. It will now load the new data, but the previous one is also located. So I can now close off this previous one. Do you want to save changes? No. So you can now close the previous one so that you remain with the new data in here. The question is, what do we really want to do with this particular data set here? Does it require cleaning? Does it? Yeah. You should do some cleaning. All right. So you do some cleaning, ensure that is the data okay, are there missing values? If not, what is it? You can do those few cleanings here and there if you want to really do that. Something to note is that not every data should be analyzed using the SPSS thing. There's some other responses that may be multiple, like they may be very, very many. The question can be like, what is your relationship with that person? Father, mother, employee, nephew, sister. You can have multiple responses. Wife, husband. It may be really multiple. And like if you try to do frequencies and percentages, then it may not come out well. So to perform the analysis, you want to perform the descriptive analysis. What you will do, come to analyze,